In his latest book, Doubt on Trial, an agnostic minister's case for questioning the Bible, Rusty shares many of the problematic passages that are taught in seminaries and theological schools around the world, but aren't discussed in church. For most people, including Rusty, learning about these discrepancies, conflicts, and problems can bring about a variety of feelings and emotions. This book surely evoked some sort of emotion within you. There is often a sense of loss when new understandings replace old faith beliefs. After all, our faith beliefs begin as young children in Sunday school and haven't changed much over the decades. Many people call the removal of our old beliefs deconstruction. Our old beliefs are deconstructed as new understandings take hold. This page offers some resources for deconstruction, as well as discussion points for the book. It's only natural to grieve when we find our former beliefs dying or dead. In her 1969 groundbreaking book, On Death and Dying, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross first shared her theory of the 5 stages of grief. Using her work as a backdrop, we can look at our changing faith beliefs as if we're experiencing them, then moving through the different stages. This is in no way meant to offer anything other than an acknowledgement that what you are feeling is normal. Kubler-Ross theorized the 5 stages of grief are, in order, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Many people who go through deconstruction experience some or all of these stages, and for some, they don't get to the final stage, acceptance. The purpose of this page is to assist you in accepting wherever you are now in your faith journey. Denial. Kubler-Ross maintained that this was the first stage of loss and grief, and it's accompanied with thoughts such as, "I can't believe this is happening," or "This can't be real." Here we are, after having had a rock-solid foundation since childhood, finding our faith beliefs crumbling right before our eyes. It's as if a doctor just gave us a horrible diagnosis, and we can't believe it's true. We try to deny it, but it's really happening. Anger. The second stage is a feeling of anger. Maybe it's at clergy members, maybe it's at the church, or even God. It could also be anger directed at ourselves, or the persons we hold responsible for bringing light to new information that we wish they'd have kept to themselves. We often question ourselves, how did this happen? While not a specific stage in loss and grief, it's at this point that a lot of people begin to feel isolated. They're alone in their new beliefs, and their former support system no longer exists. Some people might even purposely isolate themselves due to their anger. They're so angry that they don't even want to socialize or have anyone to keep them company. Bargaining. This next stage is where people find themselves having all kinds of conversations with themselves, God, or even imaginary figures, coming up with deals in their minds. We negotiate with both God and ourselves to find ways to get back to our original beliefs. Even in the face of all the evidence in front of them, we'll try to create ways to find that old comfortable feeling of belief once again. Depression. This is where most of us discover that we can't turn back. We also feel like we don't want to move forward, fearful of where it might take us. So it is usually the saddest stage, knowing we can't turn back yet not wanting to move forward. It can, and often does, feel like being in the wilderness with no idea which way to turn. All those things we once knew to be true are gone, and there's no roadmap for us to start in a new direction. Acceptance. Kubler-Ross said that this was the last stage in loss and grief. It can take a while to get here, but it's a place where we accept that our beliefs have changed and our faith has been transformed. It's a place of neither sorrow nor joy. Instead, it's a knowing feeling of calmness, of saying to ourselves, this is what it is. And while it might be the last stage of loss and grief, it is a new beginning as well. It becomes the starting point for a new way of being, a new way of seeing ourselves and the world. We begin to want to see what's around the next corner. We begin to feel at peace with ourselves. And we once again look forward to living life to its fullest. Deconstruction and transforming faith are not bad things. They are the results of growth, and nothing can grow without it also changing. Nothing can be transformed without being changed. It becomes part of our personal growth.